Aha. They laughed at you, quietly. Not the loud, obvious kind of laughter, the kind that seeps into your bones, the kind that makes you doubt if you exist. They didn't know you were listening. They didn't know you were learning. Every whispered insult, every sideways glance, every you can't they tossed like a knife. It didn't break you, it forged you. It made you sharper, closer to the edge, closer to seeing clearly. You were a shadow in their world, but shadows remember. Shadows wait, shadows strike. And oh, when they notice, it's too late. Do you feel it? That itch at the back of your skull, that heat that rises when the world underestimates you. They built fences, they put locks, they made rules. You saw them all. Every cage, every chain, every stay in your lane, and you smiled. Not the kind of smile they expected. Not the polite, nervous, bend over and nod smile. No, you smiled because you were taking notes. You smiled because their ignorance was a canvas. And you were about to paint with fire, with shadows, with sharp edges they couldn't even imagine. Every no they whispered became a ladder. Every doubt, every sneer, a tool. You didn't just survive. You were learning how to take the stage they thought was too bright for you. The world has a rhythm, slow, predictable, safe. They float along, thinking comfort is the same as control. You don't float. You tremble. You sting. You hum with electricity they can't feel. They see a person. You see a weapon. Every detail of their complacency is a blueprint. Every weakness, a crack you'll exploit. And the beautiful part, they still don't know you exist. Not yet. They think you're quiet, small, ordinary. They think you sleep, but you're awake. You've been awake for a long time, watching, waiting, counting. And when the moment comes, oh, when it comes, it won't be gentle. It won't be polite. It will hit hard. You've carried their doubts like armor. You've swallowed their insults and turned them into fuel. Every rejection you've faced, every door that slammed in your face, every person who told you you'll never, has been stored, not as memory, not as pain, but as ammunition. You're heavy now, heavy with purpose, the kind of weight that bends rooms, the kind of presence that makes them look twice. And they will see you, and for the first time, they will feel it. That moment of recognition, the bite of reality, that little spark they ignored has grown. You are quiet now, observing, calculating, learning the rhythm of the world they assume is theirs. Every small victory they ignore, you notice. Every hidden advantage you take. The cracks in their calm you wedge open. The laughter they gave you, stored, twisted, ready. Because what they call chaos, what they call madness, you call clarity. The world is loud, the world is messy, but you are the storm, the quiet before it breaks. The thing that lurks behind the smile they ignore. And when it comes, when you step forward, it will be a name, a signal, something that cannot be unseen. They will try to explain you. They will fail. They will whisper about your methods, about your choices, about your gaze. They will never see the truth. The truth is not something they understand. It is not something they are allowed to touch. It lives in the cracks, in the margins. In the darkness between the lights they built, you are the truth they didn't want, the anomaly, the ripple that becomes a wave. And right now, you are invisible. But tomorrow they will know your name. Not quietly, not politely. They will know. Every legend begins here. Not with applause, not with recognition, not with safety. They begin in the shadows, in the silence, in the corners where nobody looks. They begin with anger turned inward, pain sharpened like a blade, rejection turned into fuel. You are that legend. Quiet, patient, dangerous, waiting for the moment when the world finally has no choice. The moment when your name cannot be ignored. And that moment is coming. Silence isn't safe. Silence isn't calm. It's a cage, a weight pressing on your chest. You feel it, don't you? That quiet that hums like a warning. That emptiness that isn't empty at all. It's alive, watching, judging, waiting to see if you'll crack. They call it peace. You call it tension. Every breath counts. Every heartbeat is a reminder. The world has slowed down around you, but not you. You pulse. You simmer. You itch. Every quiet second builds energy, sharp as glass, ready to cut. Look around. They're blind. They think the quiet is your surrender. They think nothing is stirring behind your calm. How small they are. How slow. They never see the storm gathering inside. Every ignored glance, every whispered slight, every invisible shove, the pressure piles. You're carrying it, absorbing it, folding it into your core. And what they call restraint, you call preparation. Every moment of waiting is a hammer shaping you. Every second they underestimate you tightens the coil. The pressure grows. Until one day, it snaps. Pressure doesn't ask. Pressure doesn't negotiate. Pressure doesn't forgive. It teaches. It shapes. It reveals. You've felt it in every sleepless night, every restless thought, every stomach tight with unspoken fury. You've danced along the edge of it, and now you know. Pressure is not an enemy. It's the lens that sharpens vision, the fire that hones instincts, the dark whisper that says they can't hold you back forever. And when you finally move, oh, it won't be gentle. The release will be explosive, unmistakable. They will flinch. They will stumble. And you will step through, forged, untouchable by hesitation. Notice it, the silence that suffocates them, the calm they cherish. That's their weakness. That's the space you occupy. It's waiting for someone to act, and you know you will. You've spent too long quiet, too long patient, too long underestimated. The pressure is now your ally. It bends you, twists you, makes you more. Every second of stillness adds velocity to your strike. Every ignored warning becomes momentum. And when it comes, when you break, the world will feel it before it sees it. You've been shaping yourself in shadows, folding every ounce of frustration, every bitter truth into steel. They will not recognize what you've become. They will call it chaos, madness, insanity. Let them cling to their fragile interpretations. They cannot contain what they cannot understand. They will never see the strategy. They will only see the result that moves like smoke and hits like fire. Pressure whispers secrets to those who listen. It exposes weakness. It amplifies hunger. It ignites instincts. You hear it. You feel it. And now you are ready. Ready to twist it. Ready to wield it. Ready to step into a world that never noticed you and make them notice. Not politely, not softly, but with force, with clarity, with the kind of energy that burns through silence and leaves nothing the same. Look, really look. Not the polite glance, not the surface level reflection. Look until your eyes sting, until you see every lie you've told yourself, every compromise, every half step, every mask you've worn to survive. The mirror doesn't lie. It doesn't soften. It doesn't care about excuses. It shows you everything you try to hide, and it will hurt. Sharp, brutal, like teeth scraping bone, but good, necessary. Because until you face it, until you meet the real weight of yourself, you remain small, hidden, predictable. Pain is not optional here. It's the only way forward. Every flaw you discover, every failure that flashes back, every hesitation you've tolerated, take it, name it, study it, burn it into memory. Because those same weaknesses, they can be weapons, and they will be. But first, you must bleed a little. Let the mirror cut deep. Let it mock you. Let it expose the parts you've hidden, even from yourself. And when it does, smile. A small, crooked smile, because that's when the work begins. The part that separates the quiet from the dangerous, the ordinary from the unforgettable. They told you to accept yourself. They said, just be who you are. How naive, how soft, how predictable. Who you are isn't enough. Not yet, not for what's coming. The mirror shows the cracks, the edges, the fire buried under the skin, the parts that scream for release. Those parts, they are gold, they are chaos, they are tools waiting to be wielded. Every hesitation you've nursed, every fear you've ignored, every weakness you've tolerated, all of it becomes fuel. Fuel for the rise that will not ask permission. Look closer. See the rage, see the hunger, see the pieces of yourself that nobody dared to touch. They are yours now, not shameful, not regrettable, but precise, calculated, dangerous. The reflection is not a judge, it is a mentor. Harsh, relentless, truthful. And when you finally stop flinching at it, when you finally stop begging for approval from your own image, you become something else. Something sharp, something unpredictable, something they cannot measure. The mirror is patient, it waits. It knows you will come. That one day, you will stare long enough to see yourself fully. Not just the surface, not the convenient masks, not the version they smiled at, but the raw, jagged, beautiful self that has been hiding in plain sight. That self is hungry. That self is clever. That self remembers every slight, every insult, every ignored promise the world made to you. And that self will act. Look around. Everyone is small, not physically, mentally, spiritually. They bend, they bow, they wait for permission, and they get none. They follow the script. They obey the invisible rules. They never question. You don't follow. You carve. You cut. You break the script in half and smile while it burns. Respect isn't given. It's earned with teeth, with fire, with audacity that makes people flinch. And you are about to become that flinch, that pause in their rhythm, that moment they cannot swallow. You've watched the timid, the polite, the careful, and you've laughed quietly, inside, where they cannot hear. You know the truth. Nobody admires the ordinary. Nobody fears the careful. The world bows only to those who demand attention, who step in with weight, with purpose, with clarity that cuts. And you, you are learning how to carry weight like it's a crown. You are learning to move like presence itself follows your shadow, to speak like words can break walls, to act like the ground trembles at intention alone. They will try to diminish you. Every glance, every whisper, every forced smile meant to keep you small. Let them think you are fragile. Let them assume weakness, because they have no idea the engine burning inside you. Every insult, every dismissal, it's fuel. It sharpens your edge. It polishes the weapon you've been hiding beneath the skin. When you finally step into the light, when you finally make them see, they will remember nothing else but the force of your arrival. Presence is not charm. Presence is not etiquette. Presence is hunger made visible. Presence is someone who moves without permission, whose gaze breaks the pattern, whose voice commands attention without asking. And you are learning to carry that presence like a blade. Every step you take is deliberate. Every pause, precise. Every glance, calculated. The world is predictable, but you are not. You are a storm contained in a body, a tension in the air. And when they finally notice, it will be too late to look away. There is power in being seen, not casually, not kindly. Power in being unavoidable. People forget kindness. They forget to compromise. They remember the ones who make them look twice, who make them hesitate, who made them question what they thought they understood. You are going to be that question, that pause in certainty, that presence that refuses to be ignored. And when the world finally tilts its head toward you, you will smile, not softly, not humbly, but with teeth, with intent, with chaos barely restrained. They will learn quickly that the quiet one, the ignored one, the shadow in the corner has become the force they didn't see coming. Respect will no longer be optional. Attention will no longer be denied. Fear, fascination, awe, it will follow. And you will move through it all, deliberate, sharp, untamed, because the world only respects what refuses to remain small. And now, it is watching you rise. Pain isn't punishment. Pain isn't cruel. Pain is sharp. Pain is honest. Pain doesn't whisper sweet lies to make you comfortable. Pain rips the truth from your chest and slaps it onto the table. And you've felt it. Every failure, every cut, every moment they laughed when you stumbled, every door that slammed in your face. Pain has been tutoring you, shaping you, preparing you. The world wants you soft. Pain makes you sharp. The difference is all that matters. Remember it. The nights you couldn't sleep, the hours you spent questioning yourself, the bitter taste in your mouth when someone dismissed you. That's education. That's the grind. That's the fire forging weapons where fear once lived. And you learned. Oh, you learned. You learned to bend without breaking, to survive without surrendering, to take every hit and store it like a secret. Every bruise is a lesson, every scar a syllabus. And now, you're fluent in the language most refuse to speak. Most people run from pain. They scream, they hide, they soften, they make excuses. But not you. You stare it down. You let it crawl under your skin. You let it whisper its cruel truths. And then you convert it into precision, into cunning, into an energy that shakes rooms. Pain is not the enemy of the bold. Pain is their map, their compass, their blade. Without it, you wander. With it, you strike. With it, you become the moment everyone remembers. It teaches patience. It teaches cunning. It teaches hunger. When the world tells you to stop, when every instinct screams to fold, pain says, look closer. Pain says, dig deeper. Pain says this is not the end. And you listen. You listen because you know there is no shortcut. There is no soft path to the top. Pain is the tuition, the cost of the throne. And when you finally emerge from it, oh, the world will feel the weight of what you have carried, what you have survived, and what you have sharpened into existence. They will never understand it. The ones who look away, the ones who cling to comfort, they will call you reckless. They will call you mad. They will think you suffer unnecessarily. Let them. Their ignorance is part of the advantage. They will never see the method in your chaos. They will never feel the fuel coursing through your veins. The pain that builds, shapes, strengthens. They will only see the outcome, the strike, the moment your presence refuses to be ignored. You made it this far, and that means something. You're not like the rest. You're awake. You're hungry. You're ready. What you just felt. That's only the beginning. Every second ahead holds more fire, more truths, more chaos that will sharpen you. Watch it all. Absorb it. And when it ends, leave your mark. Drop a comment. Speak your truth. Let the world know you were here, because this is your awakening, your rise. And every second you spend hesitating is a second the world forgets to notice your name. But you are different. You are the pulse they can't ignore, the energy that refuses to fade. And for that, I salute you. You are the storm. You are the legend in motion. And this journey, it's only getting louder, only getting darker, only getting real. Stay, watch, comment, rise.